just to die?
Radiating! The bullet goes here, yeah? Crash the Geiger counter!
Render to shreds!
Hamburger!
Hello guys, welcome back to another YouTube video here today. And today we are going to be going over my new Ordance Harlowe that uses the Smart Super class mod. So I finally decided to make a build around this. So we are using, for the firmware, we are using 2 gadget ahoys, which is Ordance cooldown, rotation cooldown, and Ordance damage. And then we're using airstrikes, which will give us extra splash damage and splash radius. Then we're using God Killer, damage dealt to badass enemies is increased by 10%. And then we're using a triple bypass with amp on it, which is really, really nice. And then we're for the ordnance, we are using the honey bunches, which is a really, really, really OP rocket launcher. And when you charge this up, all shots are automatically amped. And then we're using the Smart Trooper. We're using one with 5 in Bright Future. And then we're using action skill rotation on it. So our action skill lasts a bit longer. So we can spam our ordnance a little bit easier. And then we're using the Wasp for Dinner with 150% amp damage on it, which is a triple roll amp watts. And then we are also using the Kingazasa Pounder, which is Headringer, Guns of Torque, Glycine Parts, gain 25% damage and 100% damage radius. And I'm pretty sure since we were using the one skill and specializations that Ordnance gives 50% of gun damage bonuses, I am pretty sure it gets 50% of these bonuses right here. I could be wrong, but in the comments down, let me know. If anybody knows in the comments if this works or not, but I'm pretty sure it does. Let me down in the comments down below if this does not work for the build. Then maybe if it doesn't work for the build, maybe we could swap to like reload speed, a bunch of reload speed ones, so we can just have a bunch of reload speed for our guns, so we don't got to worry about when we shoot our guns to get our ordnance back. We don't got to worry about taking forever to reload. If these don't work for that, then someone in the comments down let me below. But I'm pretty sure it does from what I've seen, but I'm not really sure. I couldn't really tell when I switch between the enhancements. And then for specializations, we are using full spectrum arsenal. Ordnance damage gets increased 50% increases of gun damage. And then we're using this. Ordnance gains a critical hit enemies and also gains a ordnance critical hit damage, which is extra 50% critical hit damage. Then we're using bullets are scared of me for the other one, and then we're using the best defense. And then here's our skill tree. What we're using for skill tree, we're using 5 momentum, which is extra critical hit damage. We're using 5 on neutron decay, which is 10% gun damage per stack. And then we're using creative overflow, which gives us up to 36% gun damage depending on overshield. Confirmative reality action skill gives you action skill cooldown per shot when they're entangled. And this gives you infinite crit. So this skill basically when you're in bubbles around you, this is what gives you infinite crit and also gives you more critical hit damage. And then we're gonna come down here. This gives you your shield back really easily, so this is pretty nice. Whenever Harlowe action skill damages an enemy, she restores a portion of her allies' shield capacity. If their shields are full, gain over shield instead. And then we're using group study again. I know. It's another group study build, but it's alright. And then we're using parallel circuit, which gives us 30% extra gun damage. So the ordnance is getting about 15 of that. And then we're using 5 in bright future, which gives us 60% fire rate, which is extremely powerful. And then we put one in here to get down into precision engineering, which will give us extra critical hit damage, which is a lot of critical hit damage. Ripples, kill skill, whatever Harlowe kills an entangled enemy, automatically entangles enemy nearby. And then we threw 5 points into indiscreet map, which gives us 35% splash damage. And then we also put our last 4 points into concurrence, which will give us extra skill duration for entangled enemy. And that is basically it. So what we're going to be doing, I'll show you guys. So you can use pretty much any gun to get your axe skill back your orders back really fast. But from what I've found in testing wise, say we use this, then use this, your orders back super fast with the categorized revenge. And the faster your fire rate, though, the faster you get orders back. So like that, so your orders can get back already. Don't take very long. Yep, this is how this build's gonna work. You guys are gonna spam any of the. You can really spam any gun that you want, particularly. Nothing set on a specific gun, but hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Make sure you guys enjoy this build. Let me know what kind of builds would you like to see. We have plenty more content come to this game. Now we'll see you guys in the next build video. Have a good rest of your evening or night.